When was the last time you were genuinely proud of yourself? Welcome or welcome back. It's your favorite mental health specialist, Ty Guidance. And yes, that is what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Now, with that being said, because there's no right or wrong way to heal yourself, always and only take what resonates as well as leave the rest. So if it doesn't apply, it's not for you, so don't force it, so let it fly. But most importantly, grab your pens, grab your paper, and be prepared to take notes. In this video, we're going to go over and discuss why you should be proud of yourself, what you should do to be proud of yourself, as well as some recommendations, some reminders, some disclaimers, and what to be aware of. Starting off with the topic of today's video. Are you proud of yourself? And if so, or if not, when was the last time you were proud of yourself? And as you're figuring this out and as you're letting me know in the comment section down below, I need you to start being proud of yourself if you're not. And the reason is because even though you may not be where you want to be, you're not where you used to be. And I'm going to say it again. Even though you may not be where you want to be, you're not where you used to be. So a lot of times we don't realize how much we've overcome. And when you are a high achiever, when you have high standards for yourself, you don't realize that you've completed a lot of the goals for you to get to where you are right now. Achieving your goals takes time. Becoming the best version of yourself takes time. Healing yourself takes time. So when you don't take the time to commend yourself or realize what you've gone through, you automatically beat yourself up and feel like you're a failure. And I'm speaking from experience. What has helped me along my healing journey was to realize I've gone through some situations. I've been through traumatic situations. I've witnessed traumatic situations. I've been exposed to traumatic situations just like everybody else. And it's not to compare and contrast because some people suffer more than others, but it's like you got to start giving yourself credit. Like I always give myself credit. And I don't care about how people perceive me, and neither should you. When you've survived things that could have made or break you, things that could have took you out, like physically, emotionally, psychologically, mentally, whatever it is, you gotta start giving yourself more credit and patting yourself on the back. If you've been touched on inappropriately at an early age and you've overcame that and you protected yourself and you protected your loved ones, that's a big deal. If you broke generational curses from poverty, getting yourself out of certain environments where you weren't able to make a certain amount of money or take care of yourself and you had to survive, that's a big deal. You need to be proud of yourself. If you're breaking generational cycles from your family, from having abandonment and neglectment and learning to be loving, that's a big deal. You deserve to be proud of yourself. And that's the second thing I want to say. You deserve to be proud of yourself. Like, do you not realize the things you survived? Most people who go through trauma end up in one or two ways. Either A, they overcome it, they talk about it, they help people, inspire people like myself, or B, they allow the trauma to hinder them, to stunt them, and they stay in that version. They become bitter, they become angry, they become miserable, or a lot of times C, they take their lives, they take other people's lives, and they start to hurt people because they were hurt. Healing yourself from trauma is serious, and it's not something to be taken lightly. You deserve to be proud of yourself because you know what you've gone through. So the third thing you need to be aware of is that just because we go through trauma doesn't mean we have to stay there. Everybody, including myself, has a past, but you have to realize in your past, you made certain choices based off of what you were taught and shown, based off of what you knew, whether it was right or wrong, from your family, from your friends, from your coworkers, from what you saw on TV, to what you listened to your neighborhood, to your community. And most of the time, the people and the places and things could only explain or expose to you what they were taught and shown. So if people, like I said, were touching on you inappropriately and they were touched on inappropriately, they exposed that to you, whether it's good or bad. If you grew up in an environment and people were financially educated and financially stable, they provided financial stability for you. It's not fair to beat yourself up about certain things that maybe you weren't taught and shown. Maybe you had to learn from. Maybe you had to overcome from by yourself or with a therapist, your God, your ancestors, or the universe, or even a psychiatrist. Take what resonates, leave the rest, because I'm not here to force religion or spirituality. When you go through trauma, it changes you. You're not who you used to be. You deserve to be proud of yourself, because there were times where you cried yourself to sleep at night and nobody cared. The people that talked about you, made fun of you, they're not important. They were never important. They will never be important. You don't have to worry about you celebrating yourself, you thinking highly of yourself, or you loving yourself when you realize what you went through. And knowing the people and the places and things who played a part of your downfall or wanted to hurt you and harm you couldn't go through the things you did. There's nobody on this earth that intimidates me. There's nobody on this earth that made me feel like I didn't deserve to be proud of myself, or I don't deserve to be loved, I don't deserve to be nurtured, or I don't deserve to receive certain things just because of what I went through. Because if it was them, based off of them judging you, they wouldn't have made it. People love to be like, oh, I would have never. You don't know. And it's always the people who have the most like stick up their ASS. It's always the people who have their nose so turned up at people who think they're better than people. You're not. These same people have gone through similar things. The only difference is that you're able to talk about it, you're able to be vulnerable, and you don't have an issue like you overcame it. These people that do this are guilty. They don't feel good about themselves. They didn't take their time to heal. So the fourth thing you need to be aware of is that as you're healing yourself and as you're celebrating yourself and as you're being proud of yourself, you have to surround yourself with people who make you feel good. Of course, you should feel good about yourself. Loving yourself is important. Getting to know who you are is important. Having a relationship with your God, ancestors, and universe is important. But having the community who appreciate you. At my big age, I only surround myself with people who appreciate me, who celebrate me, who pour into me the same way I pour into them. Now, of course, is everyone going to meet your standards and expectations? No, but this is where you know when and where certain people belong in your life. So, for example, you may have certain people who do certain things that you do, but it may not be all the time. You have them as associates, you have them as co-workers, you may have them in classmates. You define where people are with you. Like, you have your immediate circle, and then you just have people maybe you have to be associated with or affiliated with. The people that are in my close circle that I talk to every day, people that I love and they love me, I'm mindful of that. If I don't love you and I don't have to work with you, if I don't have to be associated with you, if it's not a mutual understanding, feel how you need to feel. Think what you need to think. You're not in my life. And that's the same thing with you. If people can't be proud of you for healing and becoming the best version of yourself, or you just doing the things that you said that you want to do, or you just wanting wealth, you don't need them in your life. And that's what happens too. When you surround yourself with people who aren't proud of you, you feel like you're a loser. You feel like you're not good enough. When you surround yourself with people who aren't proud of themselves, because let's really talk about it, you start to subconsciously think you thinking highly of yourself is wrong. People confuse confidence with arrogance. It's arrogant when you know you're not a good person, you know you're not proud of yourself, and you try to judge people, or you shame people, or you look down on people, or you try to belittle them because you didn't go through certain things or whatever it is, versus being confident in knowing that I went through certain things, I've overcame them, I want to share and express my experiences to help people, to inform them, to educate them, and just to be proud of myself, just to think highly of myself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's when you have to go out your way to make other people feel bad just because they don't agree with you or whatever it is. You feel me? Like, it's nothing wrong with you being proud of what you've gone through, what you've overcome, what you had to learn by yourself. Because that's the thing. If you don't have a therapist, if you're not going to a psychiatrist, if you haven't seen a doctor, if you haven't got some type of help, whether it's professionally or not, you are alone. You did have to go through these times by yourself. There are a lot of moments in my life I went through things alone, and this is why I created this platform. I've always been alone. I'm comfortable being alone. A lot of people are not. This is why I made these videos. Not just for me to benefit from it, but it's like there are real people in this world who go through things, and maybe you just need somebody to be there. I know what it's like to not have a lot of people in my life. And I'm not a victim. So it's not like, oh, I'm ashamed or embarrassed. Heck no, I'm just grateful by the grace of my ancestors I'm alive, because you very much so could be dead. Like I said, the trials and tribulations that people go through regularly is not for the weak. It's not for the faint-hearted. So it's like, don't ever feel embarrassed. Don't ever feel ashamed about what you had to go through. So now, what are some recommendations? Just learning to be present. Once you realize that you have a past, and in your present moment that you're grieving and you're taking the time to recover, you'll start to feel light. You won't feel tensed. You won't be as overwhelmed. You won't be as anxious, because you realize, okay, I did get hit by a bus. I was touched on inappropriately. I did lose my job. I did get fired. I did not have friends and family. I did. What else is traumatic? I don't know. Maybe you didn't eat. Maybe you didn't have money to eat. Maybe you're broke. Maybe, I don't know. Like, let me know. Or whatever it is. You're not where you used to be. Maybe you're not in that abusive relationship no more. Maybe you're not surrounded by narcissistic family and friends. Your healing journey, your time to grieve, process it. And in that time, which is going to be the second recommendation, is just being vulnerable. Like, you should never be embarrassed or ashamed. Like, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed, and there's nothing nobody could say to use against me. People love to be like, oh, what you say will be used against me. No, it's not, because I'm the one who told you. I'm coming on this internet. And this is why I also created this platform, because it's like, who y'all supposed to be? You feel me? Nobody puts any fear in my heart. Okay? Who are you supposed to be? You want to talk about me? Okay, you're talking about me. People want to talk about you? Okay, and they have their whole life to live. Who cares? Real people go through real things and are vulnerable. Like, you can't be afraid to be vulnerable. You can't be afraid to be judged, because once again, the most judgmental people, they go through things they just don't want nobody to know, because they have an image to maintain, because they're fake. And they have to pretend to live a certain life and pretend to be somebody that they're not. We don't do that. We don't pretend to be people that we're not. We just exist. The good, the bad, the truth, the ups and the downs. And if people can't take it, you don't have to be here. You don't have to watch Nana Boo Boo. It's so simple. You don't get to tell somebody how they get to feel or how to react. And another thing too, you guys, that I don't like, and I'm gonna get back to the video, is when people feel entitled. Just because people talk about things that they went through doesn't give you the space or the authority to speak on it. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, my biggest red flags. Grown adults, because it's disgusting, it's degrading, and it's embarrassing. Grown adults who claim to be grown, this is when you know someone's mature or grown or not. People who just feel entitled to people's lives or people's trauma to speak on certain things, like, oh, if that was me, I would have done this, or that could never. You're disgusting. It's disgusting, because here's the thing. Let's just say you don't like this person. Let's just say you don't want to be for that person. You don't need to speak on them. If feeling entitled to them, a lot of people love to be like, well, if you didn't want people to know certain things, or if you don't want people to, don't post it on the internet. Who are you to feel entitled to somebody's life, like in their trauma? We're human beings, regardless if you're an influencer, celebrity, or in the public eye or not. That you're psychotic. It's so psychotic and problematic when people feel entitled to people's business just because they're on the internet. Everyone doesn't use YouTube for the same reason. Everyone doesn't use the internet for the same reason. Some people use the internet to have fun, entertainment, business, work, search engines. It's so much easier to mind your business and to surround yourself with communities that are for you. So just keep that in mind. This is a judge-free platform. We talk about mental health, we talk about healing, and we actually are vulnerable. Like, we can't be embarrassed or judged, or who cares? You're not important. And all rude and negative comments, blocked, ignored, deleted. Okay, if I'm able to see it. Okay? Always be proud of yourself. When you're taking the time to your grieving time, self-reflect. Go through your season of isolation. Allow certain people, places, and things to be removed out of your life who don't want to be proud of you, who don't want to be supporting you. Be alone. Be alone with yourself, your future self, your past self, and realize you went through certain things to learn from it. Because if you don't learn from it, you do become bitter. You do become angry, and you end up becoming like the people that we're trying to avoid, and that are the red flags. If you weren't taught and shown how to be proud of yourself, you need to figure out, okay, and this is the fourth thing. What do I do that makes me feel good about myself? And let me know in the comment sections, what are some things that you feel confident in, that you know about yourself? Once again, you being confident is not you being braggadocious. Anybody who interprets you thinking highly of yourself, like I said, as long as you're not knocking other people, ignore them. What do you do that you know that you're great at, no matter what? What can you say about yourself that makes you feel good about yourself? What do you do that where you know you're proud of yourself? So when you self-reflect and you're going through the emotions, you're booking your service and session with me, which is in the description down below for my website, you're seeing your psychiatrist, you're going to therapy, you're confiding in people and places and things that love you, you're journaling, you're exercising, you are able to realize how you feel and what's for you and what's not. And during that time, when you discover what's for you and what's not, you can discover what you need to do moving forward. So if it doesn't make you proud, if you don't feel proud of yourself, don't do it. So that's your challenge. Whatever on your notes and in the comment section that does not make you feel proud, I need you to start cutting it off and start avoiding. So let me know some things that doesn't make you proud, that you want to work on, because nobody's perfect, and that you no longer want to do. So moving forward, certain things that don't make me feel proud of myself is having to, let me think. What are some things that is like, it doesn't make me feel proud? Okay, that's gonna be my homework assignment too, because I had something, but I'm like, no, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, that's my homework assignment. That's your homework assignment. I'm gonna end the video with that, unless you want to know, and I'll go ahead and make this into a part 2. But thank you guys again for watching these videos. I love you guys so much. I appreciate the support and the engagement. Thank you guys for commenting down below. Thank you guys for always turning on your post notification and always liking and always sharing this video, as well as following me on all my social media platforms. You guys, I've been scratching my arm. I think I got bit by something. It's red. Make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. All the information is down in the description box below. Okay, make sure you book your service in your session. Follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. I will be going live answering you guys' questions and elaborating if I didn't already here in the comment section. But most importantly, I need you to start being proud of yourself. I need you to start doing things that make you feel proud. I need you to start recognizing what your strengths are. And I need you to think about the things that don't make you feel proud and start removing them immediately. Rather, it's a people, place, or thing. And remember, when you're proud of yourself, people are allowed to be proud for you. And if they don't want to, they're not for you. Okay? Love you. Bye.